Craft Cocktails number 52. That's 5-2. And for those of you that are counting, 52 weeks of doing this means we've been doing this for a year. 1 year. 1 year. Hence the name of tonight's episode. It has been a year. Yep. I never thought I would be in front of a camera talking to people about cocktails. Why would I? Why would you, actually?
Yeah,
but it was something for me to do, to have some fun, for us to have some fun, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Not that we're planning on stopping. No, we're not just
Hi, Colleen.
Welcome to our anniversary episode 52. This is the 52nd session of Quarantiki. Wow, never expected it to go this long. And it can remain undefined.
Yes.
So what are we going to do? We are going to toast to start with. And what are we going to start toasting with? We are going to start with the Pampero Anniversario. Because Anniversario, why not? Right? So this is a black rum. I believe it is at a blend. The unique combination of the best rums from Pampero and aged rum to be enjoyed alone or with ice, or when you need a black rum of higher quality than, say, something like Gosling's, use the Pampero, and it works amazingly well. Yes, so we have...
and if you can't find it in your store, it's because it's the one in the little leather bag.
Right, yep, comes in a little leather bag, says Pampero Anniversario.
I see Ruth and David.
Right, yep. So our drinking glasses are even festooned. Yes, right. So there we go. There's that. And to 52 of these, maybe another 52 of these without 52 of
that.
Of that. Yeah. How's that? That sounds like a plan here. That's fine. That's a...
Mm-hmm.
You can taste the sugar, though.
You can taste the sugar, and it is obviously something that you use mostly for mixing, but
yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought the name was appropriate.
It's absolutely. And get a little bit of the nose off the flour, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. There's a brook.
They are refrigerated flowers, so we're not getting a whole lot of smell off of them, but still, it's kind of nice. They're pretty. I suppose I could do it that way, and then I'll get flour all over my nose. Also, not a thing you normally hear on a cocktail show. Hey, I might get flour on my nose. Who knew? It is spring, so getting flowers up my nose is the thing. Seasonal allergies. Unfortunately, I have different allergies for all 4 seasons, so, it's sort of year-round allergies for me. But we're getting there. Other news. This Friday, we are getting our second shot, and this one's going to be in the left arm this time. And then 2 weeks after that, hopefully, everything will be okay, and we can begin to socialize with others that are vaccinated and that sort of thing. And that will be cool and awesome, hopefully. Yep, cool. And so... definitely got a bad sense of, squirrel tonight. So bear with me. I know I say bear with me a lot, but, we always get through it and have some fun. So we are going to start this evening. Toast, throw the glass. No, do not throw the glass. These are hard to replace glasses. So no, let's not do that. So what are we going to do first? Well, what we're going to do first is what we did first. Yeah, that's right. So the very first cocktail that we ever did on Facebook was a Castaway. And we're going to go back and do the Castaway. Now, I didn't realize just how fitting... It didn't even occur to me that the Castaway was a fitting first cocktail. You think of what it means to be a castaway, to be isolated remotely, shipwrecked, marooned by yourself, isolated from the rest of society and humanity. And yeah, so that kind of fits. Which I'm kind of ashamed I didn't clue into that maybe a little earlier. But I also wanted to start with a really simple cocktail when I did this. And this is easy. This This is not one of those 13 component monsters. This just has 3 components to it. Admittedly, one of the ingredients is a little bit on the odd side, and that's Kahlua, which you don't often see in mixed cocktails. And so what we're going to do is we are going to put this in a shaker. We're going to put some crushed ice in there once we've got our ingredients in. We need 3 ounces of pineapple juice. Yes, it's a special occasion. No, we didn't get out to buy a pineapple. We did stop by a restaurant depot to pick up things like the orchids, but I didn't actually need a dozen pineapples. You know, 1 would have sufficed. So yeah, there's no fresh pineapple tonight. It's all going to be Dole. Not Dolin, just Dole. So that's 2. Three. I am doing my best this evening to be standing on my own. Look at this. There's no chair. I do have a cane. I was like, crutch? No, that's the wrong word. I do have a cane here in case I need it. I'm definitely getting much better on my stability. I have to relearn to put weight on this leg now. I keep finding myself completely leaned over on this side, and all of my weight is on my left leg. So if you see me kind of bouncing back and forth, that's my brain going, dude, put weight on your right leg. 3 ounces pineapple juice. Next up, Kahlua. 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua. We uncorked a great big bottle of Kahlua this evening, just in time for me to realize that I keep a bottle of Kahlua on the bar, so that was kind of silly. But all right, 3/4 of an ounce. Okay. Remember to switch and put weight on the right side. There we go, 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua. Pineapple and Kahlua, yummy, yummy. If you haven't done it, taking a pineapple and slicing the guy in half, and then sticking it in your oven, just nice slow roast. Baste it occasionally with Kahlua. Oh, that's a mighty fine dessert for people. And then we need 1.5 ounces of a Virgin Island or Puerto Rican style rum, and we are going to go with Ron de Barrilito 3-star because, well, it's our anniversary episode, so we might as well splurge a little, right? So we're going to use the Ron de Barrilito. And again, I'm leaning on my left foot. Wow, that's going to be an intriguing night to try and do that. Okay, so there's 3/4 of an ounce. Do that again, 3/4 of an ounce. How's the music, folks? You all good? Kind of mellow? Get a little exotica here. Get a little, I don't know, I'm not even sure what you call this. There's a little bluesy riff to this. Crushed ice in here. Just gonna dump that in. A little more. That. We're gonna shake
Brooke
this.
asks, what's on fire?
Brooke asks, yay! A shout out from yesteryear, where every one of these started with Brooke asking, what's on fire? What is on fire this evening? What is on fire this evening is a pair of sweet patchouli incense sticks from somebody that Star will post about in the chat, because I can't remember who they are.
Candle Company.
Flint Candle Company, because they do good, really nice incense. All right, we're going to shake this. I'm going to start off nice and slow. Get a little more vigorous. While I'm doing this, I'm going to check my instructions and make sure I've done this right. There we go. That seems happy and good. Have a little froth on there.
We got a happy belated birthday to Ruth.
Yay, Ruth! Happy birthday! Double rocks glass, Mai Tai glass.
Placebo, but she gets her first vaccine tomorrow.
Yay! I mean, boo, placebo, but yay, getting vaccine. All right, So that goes into our Mai Tai glass. Ta-da. Like this. But no. We can't stop there. No. We, in fact, need to do something special because, well, it's our anniversary show. So we got to do something. So what are we going to do? Well, if you're ever stuck on a deserted island and you are trying to signal folks that you might be on this island and you are interested in catching the attention of passing ships or something along those lines, there's very little that is better for that than a fire. Which, in that case, we should do a fire. So we're going to try a little bit of fire here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a spent lime shell, right? This is a little baby lime, Persian lime. We're going to float that in there, and it's going to sit nicely in the foam because, well, it's pineapple juice, so it foams up really nicely. And then we're going to take this crouton. That's going to go there. Right? Yep. And then we are going to light that. Really should get something besides the brûlée torch. There we go. There's our signal fire going. Oh, wait. Maybe I should do something else here. Let's stick how about some dried pineapple going in there? That looks good. And oh, look at that! Woohoo! Flames! Oh, there's flames! Yeah, see? So here you go. You're trying to get people's attention, and what do? You light things on fire, you get smoke, you get a little smoky dried pineapple, which is going to be pretty absolutely yummy, I'm thinking. We've got a nice pick in here, which is a metal pick with some Tiki-esque beads on it from
Dizzy Diva.
Dizzy Diva, yes. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Oh, and look, I've got all my weight on my left foot again. Yay! All right, sleeking over here. So what do you do? What's the thing? What's the rule about flaming drinks? The flame goes out before you let your patrons drink from that cocktail. So while that's burning, I'm going to reach over here and grab a straw. Sure, we'll do...
Keith says hello.
Hey, Keith. I've been watching your trials and tribulations on the interwebs. You have successfully managed to not get banned this week, so that's all good. Yep. All right.
Brooke says your octopus needs turning on the grill.
My octopus needs turning. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so poof, our little guy has burned out. We're going to take that crouton and we're just going to fling him into the sink at that point. And then I'm going to take a drink, and then I'm going to hand it to my wife, who's going to drink the rest of this. Quite nice. Obviously, you get the pineapple and the Kahlua coming together. The rum adds a nice sort of, the Ron de Berlito adds a nice, almost fruity note to it, and you're getting smoke off the singed edges of the dried pineapple. So it adds a smoky element to that would otherwise be missing from the Castaway. So I'm going to call that a success. There's an ode to the very first drink we ever did on Quarantiki.
Number one.
Number one on the hit parade is the Castaway. Yay, I'm going to drink some more Pampero Anniversario. Okay, so what are we going to do next? So if that is an ode to the very first cocktail that we've, or not an ode, that's an actual redo of the original cocktail that we did. The next thing up is, well, you tuned in to Lovecraft Cocktails. And obviously we do crafting of cocktails here, but the name is Lovecraft for a reason. And so we're going to do a Lovecraftian themed cocktail. And this one comes to us from our friends at Kindred Cocktails. This is by the same guy that did the Sin Takes a Holiday that we did last week. He created this about 2017. This is a bartender by the name of Rafael Garcia. It's not Webles. It's not Bebles. I'm going to have to get the exact spelling of his name because I want to give him credit for this. He's a bartender out of New York, created this in 2017, put it up on Kindred Cocktails. And this is a cocktail that features Pims. So we have a bottle of Pims. Pims is like an exceptional treat in Great Britain. Pims comes in a variety of different forms. This is Pims number 1. And Pim's number 1 is, I think, the only one we get in the States. It's produced by Great Britain, and it is, if I'm not mistaken, the Pim's Cup is the official drink of Wimbledon? Is that right? That might be right. So this is going to be our base liquor for tonight, for this cocktail. It is only 25% alcohol by volume, so obviously we're going to have to kick that up just a notch or 4 or 5. So, but that's going to be our base. And why is that our base? Well, our base is Pim's so that there can be wordplay on the drink, because if you know anything about Lovecraftian stories and that sort of thing, insanity plays a big part of those. Tricking the mind going a little nutso. And so this drink is called Pimmsanity. Right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Pimmsanity. This is going to be shaken over ice. So we're going to grab a shaker. We're going to start with a half ounce of spiced syrup. Here is my spiced syrup. The original recipe calls for cinnamon syrup. And as you well know, I tend to not keep cinnamon syrup around, but I do keep a spiced syrup. And one of the key components of that spiced syrup is cinnamon. So this should be just fine. Did I say half ounce? Half ounce. Whoop. Oh, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Whatever. We're close. Oh, we got a little Blues Brothers playing in the background. Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right, we need a little ginger syrup. Ginger syrup, and this is quarter ounce. Quarter ounce. Most of the rest of the ingredients are going to be quarter ounce as well, which is one of the nice things I like about this cocktail. It's just like, oh, well, 1.5 ounces of this, and then, excuse me, half an ounce of this, and then zoom, everything quarter ounce. Right, so we need a quarter ounce of lemon juice. Which one of these is the lemon juice? That's the lemon juice. This has a split sour base. It's a quarter ounce of lemon and a quarter ounce of lime. And part of the reason for that is one of the other alcohols that's going to go in here is usually bourbon in the original cocktail, and lemon just goes much better with bourbon than lime does. However, we're going to substitute rum for the bourbon because, well, have you met me? Now, I am going to use our Barbados rum, which is very bourbon-like in its qualities, so it'll all be good. All right, so quarter ounce lemon, quarter ounce lime. What else we got? A quarter ounce of Peychaud's bitters. Yeah, that's not 4 dashes. That's not, a couple of dashes here or there. No, a full quarter ounce of the good red stuff, the Peychaud's bitters, which I am, of course, going to spill all over my hand. Yeah, see, look, this is not just 1 or 2 dashes here. Okay, there we go. Nope. There we go. That's about a quarter ounce of Peychaud's. That is a lot of bitters, folks. I mean, this is not a Trinidad sour where you've got like a full ounce of bitters in there, but that's pretty substantial. That'll get you woken up in the morning, as it were. Quarter ounce Barbados rum. So what are we going to use here? We're going to use a 4 square. We're going to use a private cask selection. This is designed and made for Total Wine. Total Wine and 4 square have a special relationship. That's the reason you can only get Doorleys in the United States at Total Wine. Doorleys is produced by 4 square. So this was designed for them. Their Master Series Edition number 1 single blended rum, aged 12 years, matured in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. This is going to be a fine rum to use here. It has definite bourbonish notes to it, as most of your high-quality 4 square Barbadian rums do. So I think that is going to go just fine. Next up, we need a quarter ounce of Luxardo. Okay, we're just getting weird here. So Luxardo is a cherry liqueur, but it is made from the pits of cherries as opposed to cherry fruit. It is not really, I mean, it's a little sweet, but you certainly don't get a cherry flavor from Luxardo. Luxardo is one of those bartender's secret ingredients, a little here, a little there, adds a little heaviness and just a little more complex flavors to cocktails, which is why I buy it in the big bottles. Yep. Yeah, there's a bottle of Luxardo down here, and there's a bottle of Luxardo upstairs on the other bar. Yeah, there's 2 bars in the house. Shut up. I don't have a problem. You got a problem. You're the one tuning in to watch me. All right, 1/4 ounce of blue curacao. Now, the original cocktail doesn't call for blue curacao. It calls for dry curacao. But there's this little note in the comments. Where's my blue curacao? That says, hey, I didn't have any dry curacao, so I just used my blue curacao, and it came out this really dark, funky, vibrant green color that reminded me of an H.P. Lovecraft story. Okay, I'm sold, right? The commentator is talking about how it reminds him of Lovecraft, and it's called the Pim Sanity. Gotta do this cocktail. 1/4 ounce. That's all there is. The wife is journeying to the back. I don't know what she is after. My blue curacao is right here in my hand.
Oh. You asked where it was. I assumed that meant we had forgotten to get it out.
Nope. Already got it. We're good. We have totally not put in the Pims yet. Right? So here we go. Pims. And this is just a single ounce of the Pims. Pims number 1, single ounce.
So our pod mates should like this one.
In fact, we got this bottle of Pims from our pod mates because it was running a little bit low and they were going to go get some more.
Who now both have both their vaccines.
Yes, both of them have both their vaccines, which is pretty awesome. So there's nothing else on the my copy of the menu here, but I want to do a couple of things. One is I am going to add a couple of dashes of a citrus saline solution here. And that's because of the Lovecraftian influence here. I would like a little bit of the old... Yep, a little bit of the old salt water. We're going to just go 2 dashes of that. Get out salty brininess. I think that'll work just fine. Salt will play the same role in a cocktail as it does in food. It will accentuate the...
Where is the saline solution from?
Oh, the saline solution is from Shaker and Spoon, which is... They're not a cocktail company per se. They send you boxes once a month with all the ingredients to make 3 or 4 cocktails except the booze. And you get to go out, buy your booze, and then in our case, we hang out online with friends and make the cocktails and either complain about how bad they are or go, wow, this is actually quite good. Or in some cases, I think I can do better. But usually I have some of the ingredients left over, and this is one of those cases where I have a little bit of their citric saline solution left over, which includes filtered water, citric acid, kosher salt, and malic acid. That's it. That's all in there. That's all there is. And that's going in here. So spice syrup, ginger syrup, lemon juice, lime juice, Peychaud's bitters, Barbados rum, Luxardo, blue curacao, and Pims. Oh, okay. Well, plus the saline solution. Yeah, I'm insane, right? Okay. Shake this over ice. That means cubed ice. Cubed ice in here. Right. Got a couple more there. That's good and cold. So that's good. Need to lid that. Drift back over to my right side. Put some weight there. And here we go. Okay, so we are going to add one more ingredient here, and then we're going to give it another quick shake. This is, never used this before. This is Fee Foam from the Fee Brothers. This is a non-egg alternative for shaken drinks. So this is for folks that don't want egg in their cocktails. And this says 2 or 3 dashes of Fee Foam to your cocktail. 1, 2, 3. Right, I've got that all nice and mixed. I'm going to give it one more quick shake, get a little more foam off this. We're going for that sea foam look. See if we get it right. Yeah, we got some foam in there. That'll work. Oh, that's dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous. So since it is a Cthulhu-themed cocktail, or Lovecraftian-themed cocktail, we're going to dig out the very first Horror and Clay mug that I ever got. This is the Horror and Clay mug. We're draped some lemon and lime tentacles over the face here, and then this gets strained in. So we're going to
David said those 11 ingredients make up for the skimpy list on the Castaway.
That is quite true. All right, so that goes in there. We're like, wow, there's not much in there. It just disappeared into here. Okay, it's all right. Whoa, ice cube flying. Go back there. That was unusual. I've never had that happen. All right, we're going to add more crushed ice to this. Or we're going to add some crushed ice to this to bring this a little closer to the ring here and get a little more dilution. Some of that up. There we go. Okay, so what else is going to go in this? I can't just leave it like this with the decorations and garnish. There needs to be more here. So first of all, we need a straw in there. So we're going to go ahead and do one of our straw Thulus from Surfside Sips. So that's going to go in here. Work that down in here. There we go. As long as Horror and Clay is giving out these awesome little Cthulhu-esque stirrers, we're going to stick one of those in there as well. And then we're going to add a couple of cocktail orchids. I guess you could call them cocktail orchids. But we're going to get, because it's Pim Sanity, right? So we've got to do something funky with this. So I'm going to try something I've never done before. See whether or not this works. Bear with me, folks. The mad scientist is playing, right? Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is, if these are the tentacles hanging down of the mouth, then these could be considered like little eyeballs, right? And then we're going to try sticking, we're going to do that. All right, we're going to stick one of those in there. And then we're going to stick one of these in the other eyeball, right? It's like, well, those don't look much like eyeballs, right? Of course they don't look much like eyeballs. But if they start to flame, maybe that'll be a little more, you know, I don't know. Or they just fall off onto my bar mat. I don't know, maybe only one eye is burning. How's that? There you go. Yeah, you got to make sure you get enough of the extract or high quality or high proof rum on there. There you go. Burn an eyeball, Cthulhu-esque. I'm just mad scientist playing here because I can. It's our anniversary show. We can do whatever we want with it. So as long as we can do whatever we want with it, we're going to do a quick little spritz of some absinthe over the top. There we go. The Pim Sanity, because I'm Pim sane about this thing, right? Okay. This is unfair. This is quite tasty. I'm very happy with this. I'm not happy with how my garnish turned out, but that's fine. It's still pretty. It's still got a...
You have a straw through the straw from...
Surfside Sips.
Okay.
Didn't I mention that? I think I mentioned that, but you know, what do I know?
I'll put a link.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel?
Yeah.
Right? Squirrel? No. Nope, he's gone somewhere. Emo. Yay, the cat is not crawling all over my bar. You're gonna like this. Yeah, you're gonna like that. Oh, wow. You would think that with a 1/4 ounce of Peychaud's, that would be really bitter and nasty.
Really good.
That's really good, yeah. Okay, so fine. I'm gonna have to now have a bottle of Pimm's on my bar, and not just the last dregs of our pod mates, hand-me-downs. I am going to make you wash some cups, though. There you go. There's our 2 flowery-eyed, tentacle falling down Pim Sanity drink. That's 2. We've done 2. We got 2 more. The original recipe says, you know, garnish this with seasonal fruit. I don't have any seasonal fruit, so what I do have is cocktail orchids and burning things. And that's as close to seasonal fruit as I'm getting here tonight, so y'all can deal. Oh, hey, I messed up that drink. I messed up that drink because it's supposed to be lengthened with about 2 ounces of club soda. Fine, we're not going to open that because that drink is tasty on its own. I don't know that it needs to be lengthened.
No.
It would fill the glass a little more if I put 2 more ounces of soda water in there. So maybe I should do that at some point. Maybe I'll make another one. That was really tasty. All right. Yes, I just drank out of my jigger. It's just us here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so third drink. Third drink is a shout out to what happened this week, particularly this weekend. So this weekend, we traipsed into the district, and for once, we did not stop at a liquor store. We actually deposited liquor as opposed to coming back with bottles of liquor, although there was a little exchange. But yeah, that's we went to our friend Zach and Amy's in the district, and Zach was one of the individuals that really gave me just enough encouragement to say, you know, your brain seems to work in this way, and you're helpful to me when I'm doing bar creativity stuff. So, yeah, let's talk craft cocktails. And this was when he was bartender at the Palms, upstairs at Magnolia's in Old Town Alexandria. And we have followed him throughout his bartending career. And, well, Zach and Amy are just a wonderful people, and we spent a wonderful day on their back patio deck area, socially distanced. I believe they have both had their shots. They've had their shots. They have not.
They've each had one.
They've each had one? Oh,
maybe.
So, no, I think they've both had their shots, but they're not through the, 2-week after period or something along those lines. But in any case, we did the appropriate social distancing thing since not all of us were fully vaccinated. And we had some lovely dumplings, and we tasted some cocktails that Zach made. And we talked about just how weird a spirit Baijiu is. And in general, had a wonderful time. And one of the drinks that will always be connected with Zach in my mind is a drink that he called The Cure, which was a riff off of an older drink called the Penicillin. Okay, fine. If you hop on Beachbum Berry's Total Tiki app, you'll see that there is a recipe for something called the Polynesian Remedy. Yep, the Polynesian Remedy. Now, this cocktail was created for a bar in Paris called Dirty Dick, which Zach actually mentioned in yesterday's conversation to us. So this all comes together nicely. This cocktail is a riff off of the original Penicillin, but it is not Zach's The Cure. So I said, this just seems fate. We have to do this cocktail. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Polynesian Remedy this evening. Now, us Americans, we use an outdated system of measures, and the rest of the world uses the metric system. this cocktail is listed in Beachbum Berry's book according to American measurements, but I'll be darned if I could figure out how to get my jigger to measure 1 11/16 ounces. So as a consequence, I punted and said, fine, I'll use the French version, which is all in milliliters. And one of these, oh no, one of my jiggers actually is measured in milliliters as well as ounces. Oh no. And lo and behold, I cannot find it. Well, that's horrific. It's not my Leopold. All right, well, this will be interesting and fun. No, that's clearly not it. That's not even marked. Well, this will be fun. Nope, that's just a straight up jigger.
Maybe it's upstairs.
It may, in fact, be upstairs. That would be... Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to take a drink.
It's not your XO, is it?
No, I've got both my XOs here, and they are measured in tablespoons and ounces. Right, so I've got 3 ingredients at 15 milliliters, 1 ingredient at 25, and 1 at 50. All right, so this is going to be intriguing. All right, my proportions are going to be off on this. I know they're going to be off on it. We're going to go with it. Okay, so what are we starting with? We are starting with 15 milliliters, or approximately 15 milliliters. You know, I wrote this thing out.
Half an ounce.
It's half an ounce.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 dum. Huh. Okay, I've not had enough to drink, clearly, because I'm already measuring and I have nothing to pour this into. Okay, so I need to reach over here, grab that, half ounce.
So says myself and Brooke and David.
Okay, ginger syrup, same thing. Same thing. 15 milliliters. That's like 14 points, a half ounce is like 14.75 or something like that. Is that right? I think that's right. So we got weird sweet components here because there's a third sweet component, which is honey syrup. So you got orgeat, honey syrup, ginger syrup, all going into this cocktail. Again, 15 milliliters. All right, 15 milliliters. There you go. And then 25 milliliters of lemon juice. Anybody want to help me out with this one? It's more than half an ounce. It's a little over 3/4 of an ounce, right?
0.84.
All right. So it's a fat 3/4 of an ounce. There you go. There's a fat 3/4 of an ounce. So, interesting. In cocktail terminology, might as well. We'll do some education. The terms scant and fat. So, when something says 2 ounces, it means right there. You want to be at that measuring line for 2 ounces. Exactly. If it says scant, you want really close to that line, but just a little under. And if it says fat, then you want just a little bit over that line. And that's what scant and fat mean in terms of cocktail recipes. Okay, orgeat, ginger syrup, honey syrup, lemon juice, and then the big one, 50 milliliters, dark Trinidad rum. We're going to use Angostura 1919 because it's the only Trinidad rum I have.
1.5 ounces.
Oh, we're all over this at 1.5 ounces. Okay. Yeah, but the recipe originally said 1 11/16, so it's a little over 1.5. So I'm going to make this second 3/4 just a little fat. How's that? The Angostura is also kind of a lighter rum than they're probably asking for, so it should be fine. We should be good. All right, double check. Orgeat, ginger syrup, honey syrup, lemon juice, dark Trinidad rum, and then 3 dashes of Islay, peated, smoky, burn your tongue off, cigarette ash, Lafroig. 3 dashes, it's a little under 1/4 ounce. We're gonna go there. That's gonna go there. I could also have just stuck one of these guys in there and pulled it out and done the appropriate measurement, but if this winds up a little heavy on the Lafroig, my wife will be fine with that. So it's rum, Lafroig, lemon juice, and 3 different sweeteners. All right, we're gonna see what that's like. I'm gonna shake this with cue. Got a little James Bond going in the back. I'm all right with that. So this seems like one of the more modern takes on the Bond theme. I've had a little bit of alcohol, I can tell, because I'm moving a little more, not paying attention to my movement, which I'll pay for later, but that'll be fine. All right, so here we go. I'm going to shake this. All right, what are we going to put this in? Well, it says a double rocks or Mai Tai glass. So we might as well, and this is a little larger than your standard Mai Tai double rocks glass, but not a whole lot more. So we're going to go ahead and do a Polynesian Remedy in a Grogu mug. Or Baby Yoda, depending on how you feel. For this, I'm going to fill that mug with some crushed ice.
This is going on a party menu.
Yeah, Star apparently really likes the previous cocktail. It's like, it will go on the next party menu. All right, I'm okay with that, I think. I'm going to go ahead and stick a straw in here. Once again, we have a straw Thulu and 5 Surfside sips. Oh, careful on how you're stepping there, Pooch. This is supposed to be double strained, so how do we double strain? Strainer, it's like tea strainer, Hawthorne strainer. You're really trying to keep all of the ice chips and that sort of thing out of here. So that just gets strained right in there. And then the garnish for this, the garnish is interesting. Yeah, apparently we're like into garnishes tonight. Oh, there's the cat. Hello, cat. Hello, Emo. Are you the Polynesian Remedy, Mr. Cat? I don't think so. So the garnish says lemon wheel, candied ginger, mint.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, once again, Dizzy Diva. And look, there's candied ginger, there's a lemon wheel, that's all going to go right in there. We need some mint. It's like 2-week-old mint here. Do need to change the water on this mint.
I changed it last week too.
Yes, that's not the greatest little bunch of mint here. There you go, David. Feeling good? Mint goes in there. Right. So we got all sorts of things in. What is that? Go in there. Stay. Down. All right. Okay. Well, we've got another mint leaf here. That's not going in there. All right. Did I miss anything? Oh, right. So it says to grate over the top of this a dusting of smoked almonds. Like, no. I'm not smoking some almonds to do this, but as long as you want something grated, I like nutmeg. So we're just going to grate a little nutmeg over the top of this. And as long as you got the grater out, you might as well grate a little cinnamon over this, right? There we go. So there is some grated nutmeg, some grated cinnamon, some candied ginger, a lemon wheel, some mint. There's more ingredients outside this than inside, it seems. It is a good show when every one of the drinks you make is just darn tasty. There you go, woman. That's a hit. That's good. That is... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is terribly
yummy.
Tasty. Terribly tasty.
Tart and smoky.
Yeah, the smoke of the Lafroig comes through on that so nicely. Oh, that is brilliant. And the Angostura is the right choice there.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely get a rum note. But if
Yes.
you were to use like a Jamaican, the funk would not go with this.
Fight.
If you went with something like an agricole, that would just be totally wrong here.
Hey, Amanda.
And almost anything else that you could put in there would be, I don't know. Okay. You could do a Puerto Rican, you could do a Cuban, but you want a clear rum that still has some backbone. I could use the Ron de Barrilito. That would be fine. That though that is a tasty drink. Those flavors both blend together and provide you a complexity that is absent just the individual components. So, booyah! There's 3 out of 3. Okay, 2.5 out of 3. The Castaway is the Castaway. It's fine. It's not brilliant. But I got to light things on fire, so it's even better, right? And the smoked pineapple actually really worked with that and made it somewhat better. So, yeah, okay. So 2.5, 2 3/4, 2 and I don't know how many milliliters go into 3/4. We don't care. All right, so that means we got one. Wow, we're zooming through. We got one more drink to do. And I got 8 minutes to do it and get off the stage, right? So, I mentioned that friends of ours are getting their shots. We are getting our second vaccination coming up soon. The light is sort of at the end of the tunnel, which is good. Because I think folks are feeling the twitch, right? The itch to get out and back to some semblance of normalcy. And even if it's not really normal yet, just to be able to get out and do some more things with a sense of confidence that you are not contributing to the problem. And so the last drink that we are going to do is the tropical itch, because I don't know about you, but I so have an itch to get down to the tropics and get out of the DC area for a while. It's not going to happen, but I got the itch to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We are going to play with this cocktail. So the base recipe comes from Beachbum berries, Potions of the Caribbean. It's attributed to very famous mixologist Joe Shloma. This is out of his private little notebook of various cocktails. So why are we doing this one in addition to the whole itch thing? Well, we did go to the restaurant supply store, or my wife did. I stayed in the car and elevated my leg. And she bought some mango juice, or rather mango nectar. And so this is one of the few drinks that actually has mango in it. For whatever reason, tiki drinks don't have a lot of mango. There just isn't a lot of them that have mango. Now, the recipes does say explicitly mango juice, not mango nectar. We have mango nectar. We're going to use this, and because we've got it, but I am going to change the recipe around just a little bit in order to maybe hopefully account for the fact that we're using nectar and not just the juice. It also comes with vodka. Vodka is an ingredient in this cocktail. Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll put some vodka in this. It's fine. It'll be okay. But it's a Lovecraft Cocktails twist on the vodka, so here we go. All right, we're going to start. This is, again, a shaken cocktail. I'm not doing anything in the blender tonight. Just getting my arms, getting a workout, moving back and forth on legs. That hurt. I shouldn't do that. That's bad. Right, shaken cocktail. Yes. Okay, apparently pain causes my brain to just go completely off track. Who knew? Need more rum. Huh. Okay, 1 ounce dry curacao. The original recipe calls for Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier is going to be considerably sweeter than the Pierre Ferrand dry curacao. At least to my palate. What's the primary difference between the nectar and the juice? Someone might ask about mango. Primarily, it is the addition of sugar to it. So the mango nectar that we have is going to be sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, and so we want to back off on the sweetness a little bit. 1/2 ounce of lime juice. All right, so reach over here, grab the lime juice. Because I expect this to be pretty sweet because of the nectar, I'm actually going to up this just a tad. So instead of a 1/2 ounce, I'm going to go a fat 1/2 ounce. I just want a little bit over the 1/2 ounce lime. There you go. There's the lime juice, the tartness. Okay, so what rums are we going to use? Because yes, of course, this calls for rum. We're celebrating tonight. We're celebrating a year, so I am not going to skimp on the rums here. We do need a Puerto Rican rum. I'm going to go with Bacardi 8. I think it's an absolutely solid Puerto Rican rum. It's got some good flavor to it. It's not wimpy. And, you know, always willing to give companies like Bacardi their due when they produce a good product, and the Bacardi 8 is definitely a good product. So 2 ounces? Yeah, 2 ounces of this. Now, in terms of playing, the original recipe calls for light Puerto Rican rum. This is aged 8 years. It's got a lot more wood characteristics to it than what you would typically consider in a light Puerto Rican rum. But we gotta have something to counteract the mango, right? So there's that. What else? Well, it calls for 1 ounce of a dark Jamaican rum. Now, my first instinct was to go, nah, we're not going to use a dark Jamaican rum. We're going to use an unaged, overproof Jamaican like Rum Bar or Ray and Nephew. Then I went, no, they probably want some deeper, funky notes that come from a long fermentation and a little bit of age on them. Sure, we're celebrating. We're going to break open the 2011 Hamden from Habitation Verlier. It wasn't that long ago that Hamden didn't produce their own, or they produced their own rum. They didn't bottle. There was no Hamden label. And so Hamden rums went overseas and got blended into all sorts of other things. But to get a Hamden was something special. Now they're actually bottling under their own name, which is great and awesome because this is a tremendously good rum. So Hamden... Right, there's a full ounce of that. And now, yeah, fine. It's time for vodka. Make me do it. But I'm not going out without a fight. I picked up some Blavod black vodka. It is slightly flavored, premium vodka with natural flavors and certified colors, which means it's got caramel coloring in it to get it this color. But, you know, so do most of our rums, so we're not going to worry about it too much. This actually has flavor to it, as opposed to just being alcohol. And I have no idea how this is going to play with the mango, but we're going to go with it. So we have a full ounce of the Blavod. It's also going to totally change the color of this cocktail, because this is very dark. Boom! Suddenly we have a black drink. Well, hello, Mr. Cat. I am being attacked by the cat. Hi, sweetie. Mango nectar, not mango juice. Calls for 6 ounces of mango nectar or mango juice. I don't know what's up with the cat. Mango has a very aggressive flavor. I can understand why it's maybe not used in a lot of cocktails because, well, it can take them over. At least I would suspect that that's the case. I'm actually going to back off just a little bit. Instead of 6 ounces, I'm going to pull up by a 1/4 ounce. Once again, I don't want all of that sweetness. Oh my, that's going to be a big drink. Big drink. Big. 2 dashes Angostura bitters. Sure. Where's my Angostura? There's my Angostura bitters. There we go. 2 dashes Angostura bitters. Those are pretty heavy dashes, and I let it pour just a little bit in before going. So it'll be fine. We're counteracting the sugar of the nectar. It'll all be good. Shake with ice, strain into a tiki mug that is filled with crushed ice. Well, we'll see what we can do. I'll throw some ice in there. There we go. Got the ice. I need a glass. We're going to go... Wow. Okay, I was going to use this cute little guy right here.
So you need something bigger.
That ain't going to work unless I want to split it. So this guy... We're going to thank Jeff and Molly for bringing us the Mandalorian mug, and we're going to do that for this particular cocktail. One thing we're going to do for the garnish is we're going to play up the Tropical Lich thing a little bit. If you see classic photographs of this cocktail, it's actually often served with a wooden back scratcher as the garnish, which I think is terribly, terribly cute, but I'm not going to use one. All right, so we're going to shake. Oh, let me change it up a little. Sorry about that. I am going to drop a couple of bits of the limes that I was squeezing earlier in here. And what that will do is give it a little different tartness. It's still the lime tartness, but it's more the tartness from the oils. I forget what this is called. I think it's like a royal shake when you actually use the peel. So we're going to try this again. All right, here we go. How you doing, Mr. Cat? It's nice and cold. Oh, okay.
He's got his tiki shirt on.
He has his tiki shirt on. He's ready to party with all of us. Maybe. Okay, now what? Now this gets strained into here, but we need crushed ice in there. Okay. There's some crushed ice. There's a little more crushed ice. Throw a couple of these guys there. I think we might be just fine on the crushed ice. I shook that for quite a while, so I am going to double strain this. Yes, I'm tired. Whew.
But he's standing.
On my left foot, thank you.
And he has switched from crutch to cane. So physical therapy's working well.
Yeah, there were exercises that I was having trouble with earlier in the week that by the time I hit physical therapy later in the week, I was actually able to do pretty easily. So that's all good. Shake with ice, strain into a tiki mug that is filled with crushed ice, garnish with an orange wheel, a sprig of mint, and a swizzle stick that is suitable for back scratching. Well, okay, so let's start with, so we could use the death's head, but I don't think you really want a death's head you don't want to do that. No, that's, so I have this great big toucan. See the toucan swizzle stick? And I got to say, I tried this earlier, and if you reach back here, that's actually kind of nice. That actually, that's pretty good. Oof. Okay, so we're going to use that. Okay, fine. So he's going to go in there. We do need a sprig of mint. So gonna reach over here. I'm going over. That's fine. It's a 1-year episode. Deal. Pull out some more mint. There's gonna be more spanking going on. Yep. There we go. Pour this pull guy out. I'm gonna wrap these together. Oh my gosh, the cat is purring. The drink is almost made. Slap that bubby. Bubby, buddy, whatever. Bubba. All right, that goes there. There goes the mint in there.
We could do a Selena Rosen
Bubba's
Tiki
of the
drinks
apocalypse.
of the apocalypse.
I had a straw out for it, and I don't know where it went. So we're gonna go with just a big green Surfside Sip straw. That goes in there. But he's like, wait, dude. There's an orange wheel. Oh, let's see. Oh, that looks weird. What did you do to that orange wheel? Oh, I studded that orange wheel with cloves. Then I'm going to take my knife here, cut that orange wheel. We're going to stick that orange wheel right here. And that party?
Ice party.
And it's my party. I can burn it if I want to. And I do. I love the smell of like burning clove. And I think that's just this, you get this pretty little light show. Right?
I'll hold that up for them.
Get that nice and right. See that? Oh man, this reminds me of late high school, early college, and all the young ladies that I thought were really hot were all smoking clove cigarettes. Who knew? Okay, there we have it. There is the Tropical Itch as done by Lovecraft Cocktails with, yeah, it's a drink with vodka in it. Who knew? I can do that. Let's see if I can drink it. Yeah, we don't need the vodka in there. I was about ready to say, oh, that's a pretty one note.
No,
and then,
it's not.
And then that one note dissolves away and you're like, wait, what's that? What am I tasting? And then it just keeps moving along. It's a deep orangey flavor. I'm not sure how I don't get a lot of mango off of that.
No.
Which is really odd, but you know, I got plenty of mango here, so you know, let's just do this. Okay. And then we're gonna take another sip.
Before I steal it.
Yeah, so it turns out that the mango nectar is not nearly as sweet as I thought it would be. How? I think you could get away without the vodka in there. I think upping the proportions of the Puerto Rican and Jamaican rum would not be at all amiss. I think a little bit of the unaged rum bar or Ray and Nephew would actually go really nicely in that cocktail. Not at all displeased with it. It does have some nice complexity to it. There's like second and third flavors as it goes on. It's a little bit hard to work out. Oh, that's mango, which is probably good because you don't. Well, I get the mango at the very end. Like once everything else is done, you're like, did I eat some mango? What is that flavor? Oh yeah, I guess it might be mango. So there you go. We've got the Tropical Itch. We've got the Polynesian Remedy. We have the Pim Sanity, which seemed to be a really big hit. Yeah, it really is quite good. And the Castaway. And thank you all, because it's been, you know, it has been a year, but doing this has made it just a little bit better. And I wouldn't keep doing this if you people didn't keep showing up to it and telling me that you like what I do, or like what we do. So thank you very much. On behalf of my wife and I, we are Lovecraft Cocktails, having done a year's worth of 2 or 3 fisted drinking. At least she has. I finished my shot.
Oh shit.
I got a little taste of them. I may have to make another one of the Pim Sanity. Yep, that was quite tasty. Yeah, I know it looks like I'm leaning on my left leg at this point. I'm actually leaning on my bar and my right foot. Hello. No gosh, no kidding. Thank you so much for tuning in every week, or even just the occasional weeks.
And thanks for giving us something to do through all this.
Yeah.
You know, there were weeks where it's like, this is kind of what kept us, well, you know, we're going to make Quarantiki on Sunday, so...
This was kind of one of those days where we didn't really accomplish a whole lot else, but we got this done.
Yeah.
Yep. And, yeah. So
thank you all for helping us.
It's been a year. Let's make the next year not so much of a year, or make it just as much of a year, but in the complete other direction.
Yes.
I think that sounds like great fun. David and Chris, we'll see you sometime early June, maybe?
Yeah.
Depending on how things go with the esteemed Molly. And yeah, we should be getting ready to, in the not too distant future, to be opening this up and having a live studio audience.
Woo! Vaccinated people starting in May, let us know if you want to come, and we can have live studio guests. We can even put you on camera.
If you want.
If you want. You don't have to.
I am not going to go through the trouble of getting signed releases from you, though. No. So, you know, deal.
Yeah.
If you show up here, that's all the release I need. And all the release I will remember.
Right.
Sure. Okay, thanks again. We're going to sign off now. Quarantiki number 52. It has been a year.